and the band played on, bread and circuses to entertain the masses, while the ruling oligarch, the deep state, the swamp, whatever you want to call them, continue to cover up for one another, continue to take advantage of us, continue to erode our rights, continue their coup on the president. Well, the IG report comes out, you know, that report that even conservatives were starting to get their hopes up that, aha, finally, something's going to be done. Something's going to be done to the James Comey. Something's going to be done to these people like Strzok and Page and Brennan, who literally concocted a scheme to overthrow a duly elected president. And what does the IG report say? Yes, there were many inconsistencies, but no criminal wrongdoing. It's exactly like when James Comey exonerated Hillary Rodham Clinton. Well, there were some improper things she did, but no intention. No intention. Once again, with bread and circuses and entertainment and mindless amuse, which is the opposite of muse. Muse means to think. Amuse means to entertain, and the absence of thinking. Once again, we have not only wasted hundreds of millions of dollars on endless investigations in Congress that go absolutely nowhere. The true criminals are walking around. Yes, they really don't understand, according to the IG report, why they relied so heavily on this unverified and, rather suspect Steele dossier, the one that the Hillary Rodham Clinton campaign paid for, that they went to the Ukraine embassy to buy from a former British agent by the name of Steele, that was used then to secure FISA warrants to spy on President Trump. Yeah, it's really inconsistent, but no criminal wrongdoing. And once again, we get it. We get it without Vaseline. We get it without a kiss, without any love. We just get it. And continuing on Capitol Hill, the charade known as the impeachment inquiry, it's not an inquiry, it's an inquisition. It is an absolute, and I'm going to say that little buzzword, that's going to freak out the liberal elites. It's going to freak out the liberals that don't think that white people ought to engage in such conversation, not on themselves. The lynch mob against Trump. The lynch mob against Trump. And it goes on. And even though there are some Republicans trying to fight back, the conclusion is already done. They already know they're going to bring the articles of impeachment. All of this is just a show, a sham. They have absolutely thrown out the rules. We know that Adam Schiff did, even in his own testimony, making up conversations that never happened. Now you have Jerry the Nads Nadler absolutely just throwing out the rules as written, and he alone will arbitrarily decide when, if, how, maybe, not, no, not ever going to be implied or used.
The point of order would be in order at the meeting where we are considering
further reserving the right to object.
We will now hear presentations.
Mr. Chairman, I appeal the decision of the chair.
There's no decision to appeal. There was not a ruling and a motion. We will now hear presentations.
A ruling on the point of order.
You made a ruling on the point of order.
You made a ruling on the point of order, Mr. Chairman. You can't then not allow us to appeal the ruling of the chair.
The gentleman will suspend. It was not a cognizable point of order. It was not a cognizable point of order. It was not in order at this time to make that point of order. There is no ruling to appeal.
But Mr. Chairman, its rule was the obligation, not consideration. You are obligated to schedule, not to consider. You made a ruling. It is in order to appeal.
Gentlemen will suspend. We are doing what we have to do under the rules. We will now hear presentations of evidence.
Mr. Chairman,
Gentleman is not recognized. We will now hear presentations of evidence
I have
from
a
counsel.
parliamentary inquiry.
I haven't removed my objection yet.
I will not recognize a parliamentary inquiry at this time. We will
When will
now
you
hear
recognize
presentations of evidence from counsels to the judiciary.
Is this when we just hear staff ask questions of other staff and the members get dealt out of this whole hearing? And for the
Gentlemen
next
will-
4 hours, you're going to try to overturn the result of an election with
Gentlemen-
unelected people giving
Gentlemen
testimony?
will suspend. This hearing will be considered in an orderly fashion. The gentleman will not yell out, and he will not attempt to disrupt the proceedings.
And the band plays on. On the one level, most Americans understand this is an absolute just sham. They get it. Even Americans who are not necessarily big pro-Trump, they get how rotten this proceeding is, and that the Democrats are not at all interested in, nor even trying to fake any type of objectivity or non-bias. They're just flaunting the fact it's going to be their way or the highway, period. Republicans are valiantly trying to fight back, which I am appreciative of, but at the end of the day, the deep state wants this guy, POTUS 45, President Donald J. Trump, they want him gone. Do you get how serious this is? We're told there were inconsistencies by the FBI, but no bias, no political hit job or wrongdoing. This is the IG report. The report that was supposed to be, finally the exposing an end to all of this corruption. And the band plays on. So now what do we do? Seeing as how we're once again going to be denied real justice in all of this, what do we do? The only thing we can do. Re-elect Donald J. Trump. If nothing else, we know he's fighting for us, and his being there drives these people absolutely, completely insane. Well, that's it for this rant. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up and a great big like. I really do appreciate your comments. I do read them. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and doing what you can do to help us reach more people, because we sure know YouTube's not doing it.